to the Sharks. Tap and go from the winger. He gets it away to Elizabeth. Eben Etzebeth.
Absolutely not. Clean counter.
Hi guys, how's it? Welcome Trek Amol to my Afrikaans speaking followers, and welcome to another video. Want to thank once again all my fans for your continued support. It's been a little over a month since we watched the Springboks hoist the Webb Ellis Cup high. It's a little bit of a hangover still, but I still appreciate you guys sticking around and kind of supporting me as we kind of move into other competitions. I know that this has basically become a channel where I get on here and talk cuck about Major League Rugby, and I'm going to try and level off a little bit on that as we go forward, as it is the domestic competition here, and it does not look very good, but I think you guys probably already know that by my videos. Wanted to also bring up another thing, man. Hopefully it'll pop up right here. Yes, I have a cricket channel, guys. Awfully Lekker Cricket. I think it kind of goes well with the Fairweather Rugby fan. It's a bit of a double standard, or I guess I'm trying to think of. I don't know what the word is. You get what I'm saying. But Awfully Lekker Cricket. I do not know a heap ton about the game of cricket, but we do have a professional league here in the U.S. And yes, the T20 World Cup is coming here to the West Indies, and 3 venues to be held here in the United States. One of them happens to be the Grand Prairie Cricket Ground right down the road from where I work. So I will definitely be giving coverage of that as we go forward. Hopefully the Proteus get us a decent lineup and I can go out. And I'm actually working on trying to see if I could possibly get press credentials for that and get out and cover the games here at Grand Prairie, so you guys get to see the first cricket T20 World Cup here in the United States. But yeah, go over there. If you like cricket, get over there. I've done a couple of reaction videos to the Universe Boss and his 150, and then former South African great AB de Villiers getting a century, like the fastest century in history, with his very, very unorthodox, to me at least, batting technique. But I've come to find out it's a pretty common technique. Kind of dropping to one knee and kind of putting the weight. I guess it's a little different than Chris Gale kind of doing his thing, because he's just a big 6'4" Jamaican guy, and he just put his body behind it and would just destroy it. Multiple sixes, easy fours, all that kind of thing. I think I'd read somewhere where he said the reason he would destroy the ball was because he didn't like to run, and I get that. I get that. But go on over there, check that out, the Awfully Lekker Cricket channel. That is my other channel here on YouTube, as I get that kind of started as well. So, where to begin? Lots of notes. We're going to get into URC, but I think the first big thing we really, really need to get into here, folks, is the rumors. It's been on multiple websites. You will see it right here. Yes, Thor Mullen, Daniel Johannes Duane, retires after the World Cup. We saw him in the box on the games that he didn't dress with Rassi and Jock, and it looks like there was a reason for that. It looks like our new defense coach is Thor Mullen. My feelings on that, of course I'm cool with it. I think that, Rassi, what makes him such a great coach is that he also wore the green and gold. He knows what it means to put that kit on. And with a guy that just won 2 World Cups for us, being our defense coach, a guy that led by example, game in, game out. You saw him under the ball, leading from the pack, being a good number 8, even at his age, still being a leader. I mean, we could talk about the veteran leaders on this team all day. Dion Footy, only World Cup, comes out, plays 70-plus minutes at hooker in the final. Will Dion Footy be a coach one day? Who knows? We already know about Frans Steen is in Bloemfontein with the Toyota Cheetahs. He's, I believe, their director of rugby now. Is this the future? Is this the future? Are we going to have Thor Mullen as a defense coach? Are we going to have Frans as a forwards coach, or as a defense coach? We'll have him as a backs coach. Will we get Marnie Steen as a kicking coach? Is this the legacy that's being laid down by Rassi Erasmus going forward? We're also hearing rumors that Jock will be back. He's going to do his contract with up north. with Leinster, and he will be right back in the Buck fold. And it's if anybody can do it 3 times in a row, I think it can be Rassie. That's all I've really got to say about that. I feel like we are in very capable hands with Rassie Erasmus at the helm, and I trust his decision making. If he thinks Thormeulen is the future at defense, I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Now we have 4 URC South African teams. Obviously, the only team taking the L last weekend being, unfortunately, those Stormers, man. 31-24 against Cardiff at Cardiff Arms Park on that bloody synthetic grass. Don't get me started on it, man. You guys have already heard my gripes about Major League Rugby and that pack. But yes, Stormers the only loss. And then we saw poor Zebra Parma, man. They got their brains beat in up there at Ellis. I know it's high. It's a high elevation. They were like dog tired, man. But the Emirates Alliance put up 61. We saw the Vodacom Bulls with Willie LaRue looking like a 25-year-old at fullback, just running it. They get the victory over Connacht 53-27, and then the sole winless team of the URC sides in South Africa. If you watch the game, my highlight personally, Makazole Bapipi offloads it. Eben Etzebeth, the big man, busted across, man. Put up 69. Now, I get it. It's the Dragons. They're 15th, whatever. But it was a marquee victory for the Sharks. It was good to finally get that, that 0 win off their back. And I think with the Boks coming back into the fold, I think we're going to see the fortunes change. Are we going to see the same this week? As it looks like we will get, yes, we will get Dion Fori, the aforementioned. We will get Franz Malherbe. Damian Valemza will be back. Gaza himself and Manny Libok will be back in the fold for the Stormers. They are playing in Stellenbosch, Denny Craven Park. It's not a huge stadium. Denny Craven Stadium. It's not a huge stadium. Tickets still available. 120 to 250 rand. Now, I know converted to USD, that's very, very low. I think that's pretty affordable, too, for South Africa. My fans in the Western Cape, get out to that game, man. I want to see a good crowd. I like that stadium a lot. I've seen it at a couple of other games. I do like it. I think it's a beautiful backdrop, and it's a good stadium. Get out and support the Stormers if you're in the Western Province, man. They need the support, and see 4 World Cup winners back on the field for less than 250 rand, man. I mean, I would be there. I don't drink. I would probably have a beer. I would get me a Toffel Lager or a Vindhoek if they had it. Or, yeah, I don't drink beer, but if I was at that game, you would see me in the stands, beer in hand. That's how much I would love to be there. The weather's going to be perfect there. And there's another really big game this week, and I cannot go without talking about this one. This is the big one, man. This is the big one. My followers in Gauteng, you need to get your butts to Loftus. It's derby time. It is derby time. These are the big ones, man. We got the Bulls. We got the Sharks. Sharks fresh off their first victory in the season. Are they going to keep their good fortunes going? Or are the Bulls going to put their foot down? And is that crowd at Loftus, which is notorious for being no mercy. They are savage in Pretoria, man. Those fans there, I've heard some stories, man. I've heard some stories. They are some of the most savage fans in the entire country. Is Pretoria, are you going to show up? Are you going to rep? It's always, I love seeing a full Loftus, man. Best national anthem I've ever heard at a game was Loftus, man. It's absolutely beautiful. They're absolutely diehard about their rugby in Pretoria. So what's going to happen? This is derby time. I expect to see full crowds there. Hopefully my buddy Rugby Mao will be in attendance. I'm hoping. I know last weekend it was like bloody hot. I think it was like 34, 35 at game time there. I'm a bit fat for that, but still being. I try to find a shaded area to get out and support the Bulls. And the other game on the week, obviously, at Emirates Airlines, Ellis Park. We've got the Lions, hopefully looking for another big win, taking on those lowly Dragons there. I know the elevation can be a bit much. I wish I could tell you to get out to Ellis Park to support that game, but yeah, pretty sure you want to be able to escape with your life or with your vehicle. We won't go too much into detail with that. All of you guys that live in Joburg, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is in a rough patch. But with that being said, obviously another great weekend of rugby in the URC. My weekend will consist of catching up on some of these games on Saturday. There are some local games. I might get out and go see one, but I do know at 1400 on Saturday, 2 p.m. local standard time, we are taking the star of this channel. You know her. Me and my missus, lovely dog lady. They're doing Santa pictures here in town. We are going to go take our dog for Santa pictures. I know that's goofy as hell, but that's how much I love my dog. We're going to take her and get Santa pictures. They're doing it at a local restaurant here for donations for charity. We're going to go get some photos of our puppy with Santa Claus and make sure she knows that she's been good. She's been asking. Of course, she's been asking for cheese and now turkey as the Thanksgiving holiday. Her Oma was spoiling her with turkey and a little bit of whipped cream from some pie that we had. But she did good. She was able to play with her aunties, the two big dogs, Maddie and Abby, up in Medill, Oklahoma. Was just a good time. So we also have my college, Oklahoma State, playing the University of Texas at 11 a.m. on Saturday, right down the street at AT&T Stadium. Hopefully I can pop a photo up. Yes, this is where the Dallas Cowboys play. Yes, over 100,000 capacity. This is a massive stadium. This is, I believe, the site that the FIFA World Cup final will probably be held. I'm not 100% sure because I don't follow football. I know you call it soccer in South Africa. Everywhere else calls it football except America. But I don't really follow that sport that much. I kind of find it to be a bit boring, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, so it's going to be a great weekend. I know Fort Worth is playing Denton, the local rugby club here. Harlequins are playing. All the local clubs are playing this weekend, so it should be a great fall rugby season time as we get into it. And then the URC obviously still going. I don't know much about the Premiership because TRN, yes, the carriers of Major League Rugby, they've carried the Premiership, and even if I did care, I wouldn't watch it because I don't watch the Premiership except for the highlights with Jasper and Andre. But yeah, they've been, and apparently it's been a pretty nightmarish issue with them, kind of going along with what we're seeing in Major League Rugby. So with that being said, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. We'll catch up once again later this weekend, hopefully do a recap of some of these games. And wherever you're at in the world, I hope that you've got food, you've got a job, and you've got a roof over your head. And just know that, hey, you've always got a friend here in Denton, Texas. Cheers, guys.